Check. And we're live. There we go. Microphone was not working for 2 seconds. I caught that early for once in my goddamn life. I wasn't doing a stream for fucking 5 minutes where people start yelling at me. Welcome. Welcome. I am the ghost with the most, the host ready to roast. The guy who is by I can't think of anyone. Hey, look at that. Kligga. First in the chat. Letting Dunbar know he's a bitch. Letting Slav know he's a bitch. Actually, I don't know if Slav's got to make a new username. I've been hitting him with the bands with the quickness lately. It's my one rule, guys. Watch live on twitch.tv/Andy Malafrina. Watch live on youtube.com/@ so many different fucking things on YouTube. youtube.com/@dragthelake732. Just don't be gay, not homosexual. Let me make a distinction. Homosexuals are welcome. I mean gay in the straight man term. And you're like, Andy, that's insensitive. Well, that's part of my lived experience, and basically you're trying to erase my people if you try to take that away from us. But anyway, and also it's fucking gay to do that to me, so don't be I have no beef with homosexuals, just with freeze. For real though, I gotta be honest, man. There is part of me that goes like, there was a bit. See, this is how we get in the fucking podcast. This is how we get in the podcast. I sit here, I go, I've been reading a lot of comic books. I'm reading Frank Miller, Spider-Man. Actually, I haven't really been reading that, but I just cracked that open because I'm reading. Where the fuck did I put it? Oh, it's back there. All-Star Superman. I was reading All-Star Superman, and it's good, but I just, you know what it is? I have a problem. I bounce around to other things. I love bouncing on it. I just be bouncing, dude. I just be fucking bouncing every which way. God, I love bouncing, dude. Yeah, don't be a Frieza. That's the one rule. It's literally the one rule. Don't be a Frieza. I mean, try not. There's two rules. Don't be a Frieza. Try not to say the N-word. Try. I get it, guys. It's hard not to. I get it. It's hard. And I don't want to hinder your freedom of speech. I don't want to hinder it. But oh yeah, no, you know what it was? It was just like growing up the way I grew up, where it was like, because I grew up in a time, I grew up in the age of pussy whites. I grew up in the age of pussy whites, and oh hell yeah! Sorry, I was sending the link to Pat. Pat's got he's got to drive his wife to work, and he's got to go fucking. I think he's gonna go kiss a dog or something. So he's gonna be showing up a little bit later. But he sent me, so I was sending him the link in preparation, and then he just sent me a fucking. Where is this? Sorry. He just sent me this. Guys, thanks for hanging out. This is Drag the Lake. We're a live show every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh wow, just make it impossible. Why don't you? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a bit of a fucking Hitler over here. Dude, I want to do this too, by the way. I was talking to Pat where I sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. Let's talk about gay slurs real quick. But what is this? All Shall Perish, Bleeding Through, Tony Danza, I Declare War, Living Hollow. So that is a good show for me to experience all those bands for the first time, because I'm aware of all these bands. Tony Danza is the only one in that I'm like, yeah, they fucking rip. I know All Shall Perish is good. I know Bleeding Through is good. I know I Declare War is good. I just don't listen to them that much. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Where is that? Oh, Come and Take It. Nice. Oh yeah, there's another show at Emos I think I'm gonna go to. That if you, any of you guys are in Austin on, I think it's 420. Yeah, I think it's on 420. It's Drain, Haywire, and like two other bands. Oh yeah, Drain, Haywire, No Pressure, and who else was it? Drain, Haywire, No Pressure. Some really good fucking bands. Oh yeah, and then Secret World. Yeah, I gotta get tickets to that actually. I gotta get tickets to that. I haven't actually secured tickets to that, and it's gonna be a good show. I'll be back. Gotta get ready for work. Thank you, Cellrat. Try. Sound like Nate right now. That's what a lot of people say. A lot of people confuse me and Nate. You guys are crazy. I'm so not gay. I'm pushing stuff out my ass as we speak. Exactly. That's how not gay I am. I'm constantly pushing shit. That's what I call that's what I that's what I call my diarrhea is like, no, I'm actually praying the gay away. I'm pushing shit out of my ass. It's like the straightest thing you could fucking do. No, but like, dude, I gotta be honest. It was like like growing up. So I like grew up being I grew up in the burbs with all the other pussy whites. I grew up in the burbs with all the other pussy whites. And we all learned worst thing you could do in the absolute world is be racist. And you're like, okay, copy that. I won't be racist. I'll make racist jokes constantly, but I won't be racist. Like genuinely racist. You know what I mean? That's by the way where like a lot of the miscommunication came from. Is like there's a difference like where I grew up because it kind of honestly stemmed from not growing up around a lot of people that didn't look like you. So like you would let the racist jokes fly a little haphazardly because you were like not that's where like a lot of the miscommunication comes from with like certain black communities and like certain like suburban white communities because it's like they take the joking around as like abhorrently racist and you're like no it's just like lack of proximity. You know what I mean? Like I think at the end of the day most suburban whites would fucking look out and in gayer terms be an ally or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They'd look the fuck out, but it's just the messaging is different. You know what I mean? That's where certain types of black people and certain types of suburban white people clash. They're not, it's like a lot of them are on the same vibe. They're just communicating it in a different way. You know what I mean? It's almost like having, it's basically like the chopped cheese versus the hamburger. If you really want to think about it and not wanting to realize it's all like the same, it's all the same ingredients. That's the thing. It's all the same ingredients. It's just a different delivery method, But if you don't take the time to actually realize it, you're going to have unnecessary conflict and you're going to misunderstand people. Same vibes, different font. Exactly. Such a good way to put it. But no, it's like I grew up in the suburbs. I grew up around pussy whites. The worst thing you could do is be racist. And I was like, bet. And then you grow up and then it's like, okay, so I was taught the worst thing to be is racist. And then people start saying racist things to white people. And then it's like, well, hey, wasn't that the whole thing? It's like, that's why I always still have that where because I like agreed with it. I was younger and I was like, yeah, being racist is really mean. It's a really mean thing to do to people. I've had versions of that to me where it's like not necessarily like I didn't grow up necessarily dealing with people being racist, but I grew up with like, people would make fun of you for a thing. People would make fun of you for a thing you didn't or you felt like you couldn't control. You know what I mean? Like I'm a bit of a spaz. I'm anxious and stuff like that. And it's like so it's like y'all grow up with you'll grow up with like people making fun of you for some shit you can't control. So it's like that was an easy sell for me. That was an easy sell for me. I was younger. I was like, yeah, dude, being racist is hella mean, man. That's not fucking cool. But then you grow up and it's like, then you start seeing, and you know, I'm not comparing it to like some fucking Jim Crow, slavery, fucking redlining, all that shit, but it's just on principle. You know what I mean? On principle, you look at that and you're just like, well, that wasn't that the whole fucking thing? And then, you know, you realize that was a big thing I learned because I was like, what the fuck? Because I was like, I remember realizing like there was a lot of like, oh fuck, I just saw it on Twitter. I wish I would have saved it, but it was something. It was this weird thing where I've noticed it with a lot of like some of the most I was gonna say black people, but it's honestly like every group. Whether like I've seen, and it's funnier when it's Asian or Indian people because it's always the Asian and Indian people that are obsessed with race. If you close their eyes, they sound like fucking Becky and Skylar. So that's the funniest part to me. But like all in all, like you don't really see it with Hispanic people the same way. But either way. Like I would always notice the most race obsessed people would always be the most racist. And dude, I remember, I remember listening to the autobiography of Malcolm X, and it's just littered with white devil, which, you know, if I was black growing up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, this is why, by the way, I was always like very understanding. I was like, brother, in your position, I'd be hitting some white devils. You know what I mean? But it would always be cracking me up where like in Malcolm X's autobiography, he'd have like whole chapters to be like, why are these people calling me racist? It's like, I mean, bro, you can't have your white devil cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be one or the other. Like you got to think you're the superior being and own up to be. You're like, yes, I'm racist, but it's okay because I'm superior, blah, blah, blah. It's like, just own up to it. But no, that was always the thing I noticed as a kid. That'd always be like, what the fuck is going on? And then I realized like a lot of the racial shit is driven by like having a chip on your shoulder, which is like, you know, earned. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's earned. A lot of times it's like, obviously, like with black people, if you're a black person and you learn about, you know, any point in history and you get a chip on your shoulder, you're like, that's fair. But, you know, it's like the reparations conversation. You're like, okay, so a group of people who didn't enslave people have to give money to a group of people who weren't enslaved. You know what I mean? Because people who looked like us hundreds of years ago did bad stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like I get the sentiment. I get wanting it, but like the logic's not there. But you know, I get like there's a part of me that gets it, because if you're growing up being a kid and then at some point in elementary school, your teacher lets you know, you're like, dude, if this was hundreds of years ago, fucking Tommy could own Jamal. You know what I mean? And you're like, that's fucked up. So I get the sentiment, but I'm always of like a problem solving mentality where I go like, you know, I'm a guy where I'm like, let's acknowledge everyone's feelings because everyone's feelings are valid. You know what I mean? Emotions are valid. They might come from unproductive places, but like, let's acknowledge them. You know, it's what I always joked. It's like I always joked where like the Jews would be getting a lot less hate if they just would start every conversation with, okay, I get it, but let me explain. You know what I mean? If every Zionist was like, I get why you're mad. I get why you're mad. You know what I mean? Or like when it came to all the conspiracy theories, they're like, I get why you're saying that, but let me explain. You know what I mean? So I think there is, you know, everyone's been brainwashed. Not everyone, but like you get brainwashed with like a Ben Shapiro situation where it's like facts over feelings. And you're like, nah, man, feelings are important. Because feelings, if your feelings aren't in check, you get, you know, if your feelings aren't in check, you can go haywire. You know, you can get goofy and shit like that. So there was always that. But then there was always that part of me where I was like, yeah, but we've all learned, like, if you live, that's what I think is like the big problem with a lot of like left wing and people who kind of get on board with the cultural Marxism shit and stuff like that. Cause it's kind of teaching you to, it's kind of teaching you to like live in the past and exist based off of getting even. And you're like, no problems really get solved if everyone's focused on getting even. And I get it. If you're brainwashed into all this shit, I get it's like not easy to get rid of that thought process. But if you're just like brainwashed into like, that's how we solve problems, we just get even all the time. I was like, you're not going to solve anything. You're just going to go in cycles. It's just going to be like with fucking, like, it's similar to how terrorism gets formed. It's this thing called blowback. If you guys haven't heard of that, it's this thing called blowback where it's just like, you know, it's just like, you bomb a terrorist wedding. Boom. Everyone at that wedding has become a terrorist. Now, yeah, it's like every time you do violence, you're just creating more terrorists. And it's not to say like, all right, they did violence on you, you do violence on them. But there has to be someone who has to like slow down on the revenge, just pull it back a little on the revenge. And let's have a minute to pause and assess and go like, why did this happen? That's a big reason. That's our big reason why nothing ever gets better. One, because everyone gets tricked into these political ideologies like democracy, where they're like, it's the genius. It's why I wanted to mention this when I was talking to Pat recently on like Wednesday's episode, but we kind of got past it and stuff. But it's what, like, I genuinely think there's a strong possibility that like socialism is, I don't know, man. It feels like it's on some satanic shit where it's like it's built to make you think you're doing good, but you're actually like slowly killing yourself. You know what I mean? Because if you really look at it and you really look at all the results, it's this thing where it makes you feel like you're doing the ultimate good. Feels like you're doing the ultimate good, but it ends up just being this like slow death cult that like kills everyone and turns everyone mad and makes everyone go crazy and act fucking weird. It's this like, I know there's been conspiracies. I'm sure people blame the Jews for it, whatever. But like, if you look at it structurally, you're like, oh, it's this like, it's like this drug that makes you feel so good, but all it does is slowly kill you. I could see it being like set up to be like, how do we kill nations from within or some shit like that? But I got off track. Yeah, that's why I just from a problem solving. Oh yeah, and then stuff like democracy. And then democracy is like a genius way to get people trapped and to make them feel like something's gonna happen, and then it's just like, they just do the same shit over and over and over again, because it all comes down to like, you have this government full of corrupt people and you have this giant government that's easy to take advantage of. But then, it really comes down to those people. It really comes down to hoping those people work in your best interest. And they can talk all they want. And a lot of people feel satiated off of that. But then they don't like have to do anything at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And then they get to hide under the guise of like, well, we had a democratic process. Like, I don't know, man. If I could do anything, one of the big things I would like to do is just really popularize the fact that democracy actually kind of sucks ass. It actually kind of fucking sucks ass. It's not the will of the people. It's not this and that. You're voting in dictators who have to act like theater kids to trick you into thinking it's your choice. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, that makes sense. Democracy historically lasts about 250 years. It only works for so long until the powers that be become corrupt. That's the thing. Well, that's the thing with like democracy and a lot of the socialist stuff is it can work if like socialists less so, because like for socialism to work, you do have, because it doesn't make money. It's not self-sustaining or anything like that. So for that stuff to work, you do have to have someone. Welcome, Patrick. How are you doing, buddy?
Good.
I don't think your mic's connected.
What, Mike?
Oh no, I don't think you're talking into it. Correction, I don't think you're talking.
It was on, you idiot. I just didn't have it near my fucking face at all.
I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a pull up, not a fucking roundhouse.
No.
Oh, but I was
what are we
saying,
talking about? What did we solve already?
No, I was basically explaining why people need to understand why we say gay, and then now I'm talking about democracy being a failure for some reason. I don't know how I got here, but I got here. But yeah, no, democracy and stuff like that. It can work if the people in charge are chill, and I think we're learning right now they're not chill. Yeah. But the thing I was saying about saying like, you know, straight honks like us still calling stuff gay is like, and it sounds petty, but it's like words like gay and, you know, when I'm in a private setting, Frieza, because obviously we say Frieza on here, so we've given an inch on that front, but
it's
what am I trying to
say? It's intonation. I had a thing where I do you remember the comic open micer guy back in PA, Charles Baynard?
Oh yeah, Charles.
Motherfucking toast. He and
you still got that lunchbox?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. He actually, it's really funny because he said unironically and I think legitimately that I was a real one of them. And that I could also say it anytime I wanted. And I was like, that's nice of you. But I said, there's no way you can let everybody know. So I was like, so I really appreciate
do you guys have
I appreciate the gesture. But
do you guys have like a newsletter you could really throw that info in for me?
Like, I even told him, I was like, I don't even want to just do it for you in case someone else hears. Like, if you're comfortable with it, like, I'm not comfortable with you standing on business, essentially. And I said, it's really about the intonation, right? So, like,
can I say this real quick? Don't forget your thought. Charles reminds me, you lose track of it doing comedy for so long because you forget the concept of coworker black guys. And like coworker, and Charles has a much more coworker black guy vibe than like comedian black guy. Because there's a lot of comedian black guys are very aware, and comedians in general, you're hyper aware of like who you are, your character, and your image. So they're a lot more the rules on, you know, racial stuff are a lot tighter with comedian black guys. But like coworker black guys, I mean, I don't know if there's any rules half the time.
No, yeah, my coworker black guy Talone I used to work with in Florida, like literally every single day, pretty much full volume argument, joke argument like us, where like we're like play fighting or whatever about him being black and me being fat, like and I'm just like, it's the funniest thing because that's, no matter what, all of the jokes we ever made at each other's expenses were always, well, yeah, I'm like, I said, well, he said something about his like going to visit his kids, and I was like, wow, still, huh?
Yeah, man. I used to work with this.
Just the stereotypes, joking about the stereotypes of each thing.
I used to work with this dude who, like, me and him were good friends, and it was like, I mean, it was just daily borderline hate crimes. Like, it was just it's a fun vibe. I really miss coworker black guys, I got to tell you.
But it is definitely like intonation, because I told him, I was like, it's really intent, and I appreciate the gesture, and I appreciate you giving me the pass, but I was like, it's really doesn't matter. I said, I know I can say it because I know there's no hate in my heart as far as that, like, to go. We're there. I have hate in my heart, but just not for for racism. So wait, other racism.
No, stop there. Pat loves racism.
Full stop. Anyway, I was like, so I said, you know, but it's like, if I told you, right, if I said to Andy, I said, Andy, every time I say the word cupcake, what I'm actually meaning to say, what I am saying is the N-word. And I said, so like literally it just became a thing where like now I call him my cupcake, and he knows what it is, and I got the pass and I can say it. I say, when I say cupcake, that's what I mean. And he goes, okay, cool. So now it's just like a little secret thing that I have where the code word is cupcake. It's just like Frieza. You're saying Frieza in the
Yeah.
intonation that you mean the true F word.
But like, I guess the point.
The true intonation is not I hate all gay
Yeah.
people and I think they should burn. It's you're being kind of a Frieza right now.
Yeah. Well,
It's
no,
literally just
and
that.
well, yeah, and it goes back to the clip I was telling you about that I just found out was a TV show and not a news report, which
Yeah.
you and Lemaire were being nasty fuckers
Not
behind
being
my
nasty
back.
about. I brought it
Being-
up because I wanted to say they both got.
Yeah.
Me
Well,
and you.
I will say the level of getting got is diminished with how much I didn't care to double check. So
And
it's
yours
like,
was just the news conference thing. There
Yeah.
are scenes beforehand and after that are more stylized. His was like super stylized.
yeah. And
So I
also,
do-
Lemaire loves to bring up info like a nasty fucker.
Out of nowhere, he brought that up, and I looked at him like it looked like we were talking shit, and I was like, "Why are you bringing that up?" I was like,
Bro.
"I wasn't talking shit. I just
It's
brought
a-
up that he did the thing."
It's dude. It's like I started to realize what like one of the reasons me and him became good friends is because, well, dude, do you remember when you and John Montag, famously misleading last name, looks like
Yeah.
Montague is Montag. I still hate him for it, but
Spelled Montague, but it's pronounced Montagugu or something, or
yeah,
Montague,
just
blah,
it's not. Oh, it's actually pronounced in a much more boring way than you think.
it's Mogwai.
Why wouldn't you just tell people your name's super fucking cool? You have the option to tell people your name's cool as anyway.
Yeah.
You guys were doing your golf show, Hacks. And you guys were interviewing us, basically trying to get Lemaire to say why he likes me so much, and he got incredibly uncomfortable. It was very funny to watch. But I always remember this. He goes like, I don't know. He's like, Andy was the only person who would ever like argue back with me. And it's like, and then it makes me think about how I'm just out there being like, anyone got bait? Anyone need someone to spaz?
Yeah.
It's like, anyone got bait? And so there's this part of me that's like, it is beautiful that Lemaire feels like he's found his other half, but it is also like, yeah, but you are also an instigator, buddy. And
Yeah.
it's like, why do you bring things up the way you bring them up? And then people start yelling at him, and he's like, "What? What do
Yeah.
me?"
Yeah, and that's the thing is like it makes it seem so much worse because I was like, he did that, and I was like, I looked over at him like, what are you doing? Why are you bringing that up? And then he goes, and I'm like, because it seems like we're talking shit, but I was not talking. You know me. I talk shit. I'll talk shit to you. But it was like one of those things where he goes, "Oh yeah," and then that movie clip with the thing, and I was like, "Bro," I was like, "Oh, Andy," I said, "Andy got did the same thing," and then
Yeah,
I guess he just logged that away.
This is me just walking around. Anybody got any rage bait?
Got rage
Y'all
bait?
got any rage bait?
Any rage bait?
Anybody got any rage bait?
It is really funny. The I just was listening to the latest regs, and two of the biggest subjects that they've talked to about so far is Bob Kelly saving that lady or saving that girl from the ocean.
Yeah.
and Lemaire and Lewis, they're shit talking.
Yeah. Oh, I listened to that and I was like,
I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. I don't know if they actually get to the Austin stuff or not, but
yeah, I don't know, man. It's
funny. It's just funny to hear them talking about it. Like them
it's weird.
getting
It's
as offended as like we would if like we talk shit. Like it's like one of those things. He's like, yeah, he said, because like Lewis got it wrong. He's like, yeah, he said only like two people. One of the regs is as funny as Danny Braff, and we're like, well, like, yeah. What we were saying, Danny Braff is funny.
yeah.
Or that's what Lemaire was saying, and then what we were joking about. I don't think they talked about the podcast. I think they just talked about his tweet. But it's
No,
just
they were just talking about the tweet, and it was funny hearing Lewis be like, "Oh wait, I didn't get all the information properly." Okay, and you're like, "Anyway, what I said."
but like
Nah,
that kind of
they're
thing.
doing-
Like,
I thought the reg stuff was funny. I was like, okay, we're doing some wrestling stuff. We're having fun. We're having fun with it.
yeah. Yeah, but also I thought Dan's thing was pretty funny on the show too,
What did he say? I forget.
where he had the Giants jersey on, and he said he Trojan.
Oh, Saint Germain. I thought you
Oh,
meant.
yeah.
I was
Oh,
thinking
no, yeah.
Soder.
No.
I loved Soder and List were cracking me up. because they were like, well, first off, because this was like Lemaire's point that I thought was like a great point where, and it was actually kind of the same way Lemaire's a shit stirrer, and then he's like, what? It's like, yeah, you guys have been shit stirrers the whole time. Like List and Soder, which huge fan, love them so fucking much. I actually think Soder's one of the, because I don't watch a lot of stand-up anymore. It's literally like Soder and Sam Talent are like the two comedians I still watch their shit. But no, they were doing the like, it was just you, Lewis. It wasn't us. I go, guys, you've all been stirring shit for the past year, like Lemaire said. And then Lemaire got drunk and talked shit at 3 a.m. And then everyone's looking around going like, what the hell, buddy? It reminds me of like when Lemaire spazzed in fucking Philly back in the day, and there was always all these people trying to act like they were Lemaire's best friend, and they were like, this is not the Lemaire I know. And I go, this is the exact Lemaire I fucking know.
This is Lemaire. It's like if that's not the Lemaire you know, then he's not your friend. Like it's one of those things of like that's Lemaire.
Yeah.
Like, I feel a connection to him in a lot of ways. Like I think the shorthand conversation between all of us is like there's very little misunderstandings between us. Do you know what I mean? Like between you, me, Nate, Andy, or Lemaire.
I'm Andy.
Like that.
Just there's very little misunderstanding. Wait, who are you again?
I am turning into my mother now. What's Andy? There's my mom's Porky Pig.
Pat, I never loved you.
No, that's all, bitch. Get out.
Got to make your brother lunch.
There's a funny thing where like we get each other to that extent to where if it's a thing where like if there's a misunderstanding with Lemaire, it's on your end, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, that actually goes to the point I was gonna get to before, where for like the longest time I'd be like, Lemaire, why do you do this? And then it got to a point where it was like, why do I feed into it? You know, it's like Lemaire should probably get better and not be such a shit stirrer, but it is also, well, it's kind of like I saw a lot of the comments with the fans and stuff. They were kind of being like, because, like, you see it every fucking week. What a terrible take from Lemaire. Lemaire's so fucking stupid, blah, blah, blah.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Oh, when he's not on the pod, we'll see the views dip. And then when he's back on, they'll go back up. But also, we
all like him, you dickheads. He's a lovable fella.
But then he talks shit, and then it gets everyone fucking, like, in a tizzy. And you're like, okay, so what is it? Is he an idiot that you don't care about, or do you just love it? It's like it's you know, people were talking shit on Lemaire saying he's like doing professional wrestling. It's like, yeah, and you're wrestling fans, so just shut the fuck up. You're wrestling fans.
Lemaire has a fortified personality. Like it is fortified in like it's solid. It is not going to be moved. Like he is probably, aside from, I would assume, well, I mean, Shane is pretty, they tried to cancel him, but then obviously proved. I think Lemaire is a uncancelable person because of that same exact reason of like, if you hire Lemaire, if you don't know what you're getting, then that's on you. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like anybody that knows him would all agree in that sense of like, well, yeah, that's, you know what I mean? Like, like
you get what you paid for.
When the Shane thing happened, it was a thing where I'm like, yeah, like, what are you talking about? That's what, when they said like, hey, he did an Asian voice. It's like, yeah.
Well, you got to remember,
stupid.
You got to remember though that it was in the context of no one, we know Shane as the super famous guy right now. He was literally like no one to most of the world at the time. Yeah. But also too, from art. Well, I guess you got to remember from the vantage point of just normal people, it's, hey, this guy got hired. Like all they know is this guy got hired for SNL. And then he did an Asian voice and said a slur. Like that's all they knew. And but it doesn't make it less retarded. It just makes people it just shows that people are impatient and dumb, and they'll just be like, "Oh, is there something I can get mad?" Because at the end of the day, a lot of people they like that. The reason canceling shit like that is so popular is because like a lot of people don't want to do the actual work of like being a good person. So when they see these little moments of like, oh, someone said a bad word and now we can dogpile on them, it's like they're trying to get dude, it's literally it's carbon credits that businesses do, where rather than actually being more green and energy efficient, they get these things called carbon credits, and they pay for it so other businesses do shit to allegedly offset their bad behavior. That's essentially what you're doing when you're going on Twitter dogpiling on a canceling. You're buying carbon credits for you're buying carbon credits for like being a good person. Now, I wanted to say another thing. What I was saying earlier was like my only beef with one of my only beefs with like the regs episode. It was actually more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to sit there and be like, "Oh no, they're going to say mean things about us." And it was actually way more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. I just was like, yeah, it was the bro, this was like out of nowhere. And you're like, "No, it wasn't. Come on. You guys have been talking shit for the past year or two." And it's like, yeah. And Lemaire made a great point where he's like, you guys have been talking shit for the past year or two. And then Lemaire talks shit hilariously at 4 a.m. That was, that was hilariously drunk at 4 a.m. He talks shit. And then it's like, yeah, everyone and then everyone got butthurt because you knew there was obviously Lemaire was a little flippant here and there, but that's also the shit talking. But everyone got a little butthurt because you knew there was kind of some truth to it. Because that's always like the thing with the like New York Austin thing, where it's first off, like with New York, I mean, I think stand-up comedy probably started there. Like there's always been comedy stuff, but it's like I think the first comedy club originated in New York versus the current Austin comedy scene developed based off the mothership getting here. So we're talking about something that started in the 60s versus something that's like 3 years old.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you guys better be better than us.
Yeah. If and then was a time...
last thing, sorry. And then on top of that, it's like, dude, let's be real. Like there's just as many shitty comics in New York as there are shitty comics here, and there's just as many good in here as there are in New York. And so it's like this whole scene versus scene. It's just funny. Like you'll have dudes like Lewis will be talking shit, and it's like, bro, you don't even live in New York. You know what I mean? So and then they'll be like, well, all the good guys in Austin are really just like Philly guys or New York guys. And it's like, okay, I'll do the same for you. Then that means Soder is a Denver guy. What I'm trying to say is we can play these gay little games and tear apart each scene. And it's like, why don't we just accept that there's a bunch of hacks and we need to murder them? That's what I'm trying to say, Pat.
Yeah. I think it's a weird circumstance in general to say it's a art form and it's subjective, but arguably also there's comics even Lewis isn't passed on all the clubs necessarily in New York.
Put water on myself.
Oh. But you know what I'm saying? Even he's not passed everywhere. You guys still travel here to it's subjective. It's no matter what New York is definitely. And my theory was if your state was a state that you would leave so you could make it more in comedy, then your scene's going to be a little bit questionable. I understand that. Obviously, New York has the history, has all that other shit. But other than that, I think it just evened out. You know what I mean? It's one of those things of why can't we have, bi-coastal, things. Also, it's a weird thing of people don't move. Do you know what I mean? There's probably really the funniest person in the world might be in fucking Idaho. I don't fucking know.
Well, and also
you know too, it's a thing that you don't. It's about honing the shit, being a natural talent, blah 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 blah, discovering all this other shit. But then I've also heard that some comedy clubs the way that they choose comics is they just randomly select emails, or you know what I mean, for like openers or other things. Like, so
Yeah.
there's plenty of shit that is just happenstance and whatever, and then there's other stuff that's like hard work and all that shit. But like, who has the history? Yeah, New York. Who has better comics? It's literally subjective.
Yeah.
It could be like one of those things of like, well, I don't know. Jim Norton's living in New York. I love Jim Norton. Some people may hate his guts
Yeah.
and love fucking Sebastian Maniscalco. I don't know where the fuck he lives. L.A. You know what I mean? L.A.'s.
Yeah.
We can all agree it's not L.A. though, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
like
think
you can
everybody can agree it's definitely not L.A.
definitely not LA. No, like you can make an argument that it was like what Lemaire did may have been a little out of line. You could make that argument, but it's like I just got yeah. Wow, no.
Honestly, it is no. If that's out of line, then then anybody talking shit about Austin was out of line too. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm not even necessarily agreeing with it. I'm just giving like I'm like I can see an argument where Lemaire, you can make the argument he's out of line, but it's just like the problem I had was just like, you know, one, the pushback on the meat of the argument, and it's like, guys, you guys all say that about your own scene. Like, come on, man. And then on top of that, the argument in general is annoying to me because it's like, I don't know, man. A lot of like I don't know. It's like you look at a comic like Shane, you're like, oh, is it because he went to New York? Is that where his like when you look at Shane, you're like, that's because of New York. It's like, well, no, it's like New York gave him the benefit of like just being able to run sets a million fucking times. And there is probably the fact that the city, you know, like Lemaire said, does suck and smells like piss and is just a fucking hellhole where you have to teach yourself to have Stockholm syndrome to not kill yourself.
Yeah.
That does give you some grit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, considering half of the regs live in fucking New Jersey or upstate New York. Do you know what I'm saying? Like only 2 of them live in the city, and one of them is I bet Joe List by a year or 2 is going to be out of the city because you have kids. It's a thing.
You're like, right. List is the only one that lives in the city, I think.
I think Dan Soder still lives in the city too, but
no, I remember him saying something about Jersey, but he might be in the city. I don't know.
But either way, like it's a thing where you're like
he was in Jersey for a minute. If he moved back, he was in Jersey for a little bit. I know that.
So it's like it's a thing you can rep that, but it's like, what are you, the Jets? You know what I mean? You guys, you're not even in fucking New York, so stop calling yourselves the New York anythings.
Yeah,
you live in New Jersey.
I guess
you work in New York just like any of the other comics. That's the thing. Lemaire goes to New York and visits and does comedy, podcasts, all this other shit. Like that's the thing is like it's subjective. But it is as far as scenes or anything like that. It's like I don't know. Austin I think is better scene wise. Austin's better because I feel like you can get close to as many sets as New York, and it is. Like it's way less crowded. I actually hate New York City as far as like a place to live.
Moving around,
never want to live there.
No, and also, dude, actually, you make a really good point bringing that up. That's the other thing, because like I want to make this clear. I don't have this like Austin's the greatest scene.
No,
I'm just
trust me. No, I hate it here.
But like, it's just facts are facts. Like, you look at how many spots you can get a night in Austin. Like, if you really want to, you can get up a bunch every single night in Austin.
Are they great? No.
But are they great in New York? Like, what I'm trying to say though is like, you realize like Austin is just spot like what am I trying to say? Like how in New York you can crush like a couple spots and you make $20 at each spot and like you can pay your rent off of doing a couple spots every night. Like Austin is just like once they have that, it's like, bro, we're on your heels. That's like it's on New York's heels. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why the shit talking to me is very funny, and I think it's coming from a place of people realizing you're like Austin isn't as far behind as a lot of people think. You know what I mean? Like in Philly, there's a shit ton of funny people in Philly. But, you know, for the longest time, Philly was essentially, hopefully Tim and Mike want to be your friend. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of the thing in Philly. Like there's a lot of funny comics.
I'm just saying, don't quit your day job.
So Philly.
Should I tweet it? I don't know. I'm gonna.
What?
No, nothing.
No. Anyway, at least you got a second chance. Oh wait. Yeah.
Super chill guys, man. Kind of everybody's friend, you know. Honestly, like whatever your perception is, you're totally right. Come on, dude. I'm never gonna say anything bad. Because I have nothing bad to say.
Hey man, sometimes the deucing just ain't for you.
Sometimes you can't handle the deucing.
Sometimes,
and that's not me. Sometimes
you just
stand it.
Sometimes you just realize the deucing ain't for you. That's fine.
Hey,
that's fine.
Subjective too.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Deucing is always subjective.
Everything's wrestling and everything's subjective. Okay, everything's a work and everything's subjective.
Dude, it's like you watch panties. Damn, that's good deucing. But sometimes the deucing just doesn't. It doesn't deuce.
She's like my therapy cat.
Oh,
she knows.
Are you about to say something mean?
Are you gonna point the bridge, Daddy?
Are you gonna point the bridge? Let me rub on your cheek. No. Ooh, for Andy's sake, don't say it.
The podcast with Andy. Think of Jason too.
You're justified in your feelings, but just remember Andy's there.
Oh, look at that. He's like, look at me. Look at me. Everybody, look at me. Look at me. Daddy, you just started getting paid.
Ooh, it's starting to get good. Take a breath or two.
Just gonna take a big whiff of cat and we'll reset.
Oh yeah, dude. Just take a fucking hit. But no, that's the thing with Philly is it's like there's a lot of funny comics. There's a lot of people that crush at open mics in Philly, dude. And sorry, that was my being nasty. But I thought that would get more.
I know. I'm trying to be. I thought you were. I'm trying to be good. I'm being a good boy.
Oh, yeah, you took a big whiff already. Yeah.
You need one?
Yeah. Oh, can I get? I gotta go. Let me go get Diesel.
You need to take a hit of cat real quick. A little something to take the edge off.
Anyway, we're all friends. We all like each other.
Nobody. Yeah. You think I breathe loud in the mic? You should hear.
No, but all jokes aside, like Philly, there's a lot of really funny comics, but just the infrastructure isn't there. Where it's like there's a bunch of dudes in Philly who are fucking great. They're on all the pods, but it's like even at Helium, it's just like they're just getting like the hosting spots and stuff like that. And it's like
one of the best mics in Philly is High Note Humor in Jersey. You know what I mean? Like,
is it? That's so funny. But like the thing about Austin is like, well, no, the thing about Austin, it's like from an infrastructure standpoint, it's like it's not gonna happen tomorrow. But I'm like, you're not far away from like, you know, being able to make a couple bucks every night. Because I realized that recently where I did a show and it was a quick little spot and it was only $20. And then I start doing the math and I go like, if I hit like 4 or 5 of these if I could just be like in New York, be able to hit like 4 or 5 of these every night, you're like, oh, I'm just like paying my rent being a retarded comic. You know what I mean? So that's the other part of it. Now, I do want to say, because I have respect for fucking all the guys on the regs. I actually think I was like actually so happy they started doing that because I was like, that was the fucking heyday of YKWd. The regs is a fucking great podcast and shit. I think my ultimate thing on Derek, write it down. My ultimate thing.
Oh, this is the ultimate thing. Holy shit.
Yeah, we got a new list. Ultimate thing. It's like when It's like when they do special edition of comics, like
Yeah.
All In Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is guys. This is a variant. You better get it while you can.
Yeah, this is a variant.
Ultimate Thing.
There's a variant cover, issue 1.
Ultimate Thing #1, clean, clear, in package, rated. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like we can have the argument, we can have the conversation, and it's not gonna pan out the way you want it. But like, I think ultimately, at the end of the day, my ultimate thing at the end of the day is I think the conversation's dumb to have to begin with. Yeah. Like, I think having the conversation is already giving into retardation.
Brother, you guys were having this argument, and it started as a conversation, but it turned into an argument. I think it was the first time, or when it was not long after I think we moved here. I think, and Lemaire was still living at Shane's the first time. and
issue 1,
right? Again, pristine in package.
Is it the was it the crowd work debate we were having?
And then I'm sitting there. I swear to God, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, and I 100%. It's not 50-50 with me. I'm 200% on this. 100% on the side of, like, yeah, man, it's pure. You got to write jokes. It's like structure. You got to have something like build an act. It's show business. You got to be somewhat professional and like have like bits and stuff like that. Crowd work's good to do, but like it's not something you should always. And then like, and other people being like, I think 100% though, crowd work is a great tool that you can have in your thing. And honestly, I think sometimes people find, obviously Big J's one, but like people find that way, like more improvisational style off the top of your head shit is a lot more fun stand-up to do, because you can come up with bits, you can remember jokes, but like having super structured shit is sometimes gets repetitive and gets boring for people, so they don't want to say it the same way every time. They want to say it differently different times. But then like that's when I go, yeah, that, you know what that means? When it's 100% on both sides, it's subjective. There is no right or wrong answer here. And like debating is one thing, but you guys ended up like arguing about it, and I'm like,
I will say, well, no, I was arguing it at first because, well, Lemaire does this thing where he goes, crowd work's a trick, and I go, then do it. Which it was very.
Oh yeah, I do like him trying to back that up.
Well,
we did a show at Cap City, all of us together. I was on the show, you were on the show, he was on the everybody.
Hey. I hate to be a nasty. I hate to be a nasty fucker, but it was like he's like, it's a trick, and then we all were doing like Shark and Gardini and friends at Cap City, and Lemaire tries to do crowd work, and he goes, I'm not very good at this, and then goes right. And you're like.
He gives up immediately.
Where's your trick, magician? Anyway, I'm not trying to talk shit on my buddy. I'm sorry.
No.
I love
that was the thing of like, that is, but he has said that. What did we say recently? His arguing tactic is no.
No. Yeah. Well, no, I noticed it when we were having a conversation about something. Well, Lemaire, I noticed it when we were having a conversation about something. This is just the Lemaire episode. See, this is why people, it's like you can't pretend like you hate Lemaire, because we're all obsessed. We're all obsessed with that fucking idiot.
It made me so happy to hear the regs talk about him. I was like, I want to talk about him now. Let's talk. I want to do it on my podcast.
Well, no, we were having a meeting recently, and we were talking, and like Lemaire,
we know
Lemaire wasn't. Wait, crowd work reminds me of the I'm a fat guy. We know
that was a just for autism definition wise, Triple G. That was technically heckling, but he wasn't asking. Am I a fat guy? he
did ask the question.
She answered a question that was not asked.
Yeah, well, she let him know it was unnecessary information to give out, because based off appearance. It was obvious.
Obviously, Cupcake.
Well, no, we were doing it. Well, we were doing a thing very recently where it was like me, Pat, and Nate and Lemaire, and we're all talking about something, trying to figure out the best way to do it. And you could tell Lemaire was going like, Lemaire wasn't trying to figure it out together. He was going like, no, they just don't understand what I'm trying to say. And it's like, no, we know, we just don't want to do that 100%.
Right.
That's why because he's hit me with that a bunch of time in arguments. He's like, I'm not saying this in a way that makes you understand. I go, no, you are. I just don't agree, Lemaire. He has a bad time.
I disagree.
Yeah, he has a bad time sometimes accepting that people understand.
No,
He was like, well, I just might not be explaining it the right way. And you know what? I have sympathy for him because I used to be that guy like a while ago. I used to be that guy, when I was younger and immature. And then eventually I got older and stopped doing the things I have been doing for a decade straight.
I thought you were going to be like,
I turned 35.
Yeah, you know what? I just stopped doing the same fucking thing I do every single fucking time for the past 15 years. I love him so much. But yeah. No, that is he's bewildered. He's like, they just don't understand.
Yeah.
And we do understand, buddy.
Obviously, we had been drinking, hanging out, smoking, all that other stuff. So it was like, obviously there were other things. What?
Yeah. Thank you for getting me back there. I got so sidetracked.
Can't help but
God damn it. I got to tell you, dude, I appreciate the deucing.
Don't worry, got my notepad just in case.
Some people don't. I appreciate the deucing. Anyway, could we do a complicated thing I've just told you about? Anyway, oh yeah, and can it be perfect?
Can it be perfect? I'm on my way, by the way.
What?
Okay, we gotta stop.
Yeah,
we're being
that's
crazy.
just for us.
We're being crazy.
You can. There's stuff. Yeah, but
the other stuff's obvious. This one's just for us. We're being crazy right now. God, I hope Joke World doesn't clip this up.
Don't worry. I think we're okay. We need to catch fire first.
I don't know. I see that dude
on fire.
I see that we should light some stuff on fire. I see that dude like. I see. No, Pat, you got a sniffer, dude.
What?
You got a sniffer.
I like burnt cat.
It's funny because burnt hair is one of the worst smells ever.
But burnt cat hair smells great.
They does smell great. Yes,
it's something about it. I just don't like hearing people chew, but I love hearing animals chew. You know what I mean? Go on.
Wait, is that a thing people say?
No, that's something I just said because it's true.
Oh, okay.
I hate hearing people chew. It makes me fist. I've blocked accounts on Instagram.
Do you tease your cats when they're like drinking water?
No.
Have you ever done?
I enjoy it. I mute the TV and I listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. You know I'm not lying, right?
Drink that water.
Not that much. Okay, I don't look.
No, I do the thing where, because you ever see those videos where the cats will be drinking and you'll just be like, go overdo it like dude. I do that to Diesel every time, dude. He's literally like, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
Oh, the thing on the crowd work convo was. I was in it in the beginning. I remember this. I was in it in the beginning because because I'm a big crowd work guy, and the things Lemaire was saying felt like personal attacks.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
He was like,
dude, I do bits where I start the bit off by saying, hey, what's this? Hey, what do you do? What are you like? There's certain things that like I bounce off the things. Like
also, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I get bored of the thing I've said the same way for fucking years.
Right.
I'm sorry if I get bored of that. No, but so at first I was like. I was also then being nasty back to be like, it's not a trick. You just can't fucking do it. And then it got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm just going to bump cigs while I watch Lemaire and Nate scream about this. Because I have a little more energy than you, but less energy than them.
I just got sleepy. That's all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like one of those things of like, I'm not going to engage in this because I don't agree. I agree with both sides. Like you're both correct. And also incorrect. You know what I mean? Like it is an art form. It is a thing. It is blah 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 blah. But then it's also like then they create a Golden Globes category for podcasting, and guess who fucking wins the best podcast? Amy fucking Poehler. She doesn't even have a good Parks and Rec podcast.
Dude, I gotta be honest. I talk a big game. Wait, it was Golden Globes, right?
Yeah.
Amy Poehler's podcast one, and she's only had like her co-stars on. And it's just like, remember that time on set? Isn't that funny?
I talk a big game, by the way, of like you shouldn't care about who's nominated for these things.
But that's
I-
crazy.
But yeah,
A
yeah.
Golden Globe?
Go fuck yourself.
What the fuck is a Globe? Maybe an Emmy. I don't know why. Just because it's an audio form and the
Wait, what is it? Okay,
Who's producing.
armchair. You know how I feel about Dax Shepard.
dude. You know what?
I'm
Dom?
not even mad at Dax Shepard. I just don't know why I have to constantly experience him.
He has more, but his is. I know you're not gonna want to hear this,
He is like a curious lad, though, right?
but no, his is a podcast.
Yeah.
He has
Okay.
people in and he has a conversation with somebody.
Okay.
Like, it's literally a podcast. It's not a we got a set and we got a thing. We have a thing. We have a desk. And then I'm gonna go, hey, so here's the first segment. Here's the second segment. It's like he
It's a chit. It's a chit in a chat.
yeah, and like he also does like weird shit where like when he broke it, like Dom listens to him, and like she's actually like a fan of, because she also loves married celebrities. For like even if
Married-
they're like even
Married
if-
celebrities that don't seem like they cheat.
yeah, exactly. Like they seem
Yeah.
like actually like either really in love or like they admit their flaws, all this other shit. So like he did when he broke his sobriety or whatever, he like did an episode where he was like, okay, so here's what I've been going through, here's all this other shit. Like he's just like, he doesn't seem as celebrity kind of shit.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
like,
I will.
But like his
I-
podcast is a real thing, not like a gimmick thing like Smartlist where they're like, let's start a podcast basically so
Yeah.
we can sell advertising. And then what are we gonna do? Oh, blah 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 blah. blah. We just riff, and then you're like, but you're not. But you're
Yeah.
not doing. You're not the. You're not. What are you doing?
No, it's just like, I don't know, man. It like podcasting just seemed like a thing that was like, this is here for retarded guys who just can't bring themselves to be a productive member of society. So you go on podcast, you bare your soul, and because that's your sacrifice to the world, you get to make money being a retarded guy. And so then when I see successful, hardworking people are now starting a podcast, you're like, come on, man, you don't need a podcast. Amy Poehler, you're fine. Parks and Rec, I there's a bunch of Disney adults and Redditors buying your coffee mugs over and over and over again. You're fine. You don't need the fucking podcast. You know what I mean? And it's like, so you see all this kind of stuff and you're like, I think it's shit, but Call Her Daddy's one of these, because like the podcast sucks, but she was just like a retarded slutty girl who's like, I'm gonna do a dating show. That one just happened. I mean, I'm sure she got a big push from Barstool and all this other shit, but I think Call Her Daddy feels a little more organic than these other ones.
Yeah. What was the other? Is
Oh,
like,
here, I'll bring it up.
is like Rogan on it or anything?
No, why would he? He's just the biggest podcast in the world.
Like that's what I'm saying. Is like it's kind of as far as
Armchair Expert, Call Her Daddy.
Who the fuck is Mel Robbins?
Yeah, exactly. What's Good Hang? Is that Amy Poehler?
That's Amy Poehler's, which is ironic
Okay.
because when she had the goth broad, Audrey Plaza,
Yeah.
and she was like, the fact that they talked about her husband's death on a podcast called Good Hang, and he hung himself.
Oh, I heard people making that joke. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Who the fuck is Mel Robbins?
Yeah, literally. Like, I don't want to be Conor McGregor here, but who the fuck is this guy? Who is that?
Who are you, you stupid bitch? You
Is she-
bitch.
Is she a sports broad? Is she a politics broad?
Oh.
She's got glasses. I know she's one of those two.
Oh, okay. She's fucking. Okay. She's like.
If she
She's
was,
like,
if she was
let-
a remod babe, she would have short hair. Like if she was like, I'm come from the world of remodding houses and shit like that.
Okay, she's Lady Andrew Huberman.
Damn, you got me again. Who's Andrew? Did you say Audrey? Andrew Huberman?
Andrew Huberman, he's like a optimization bro. He uses like bro science to tell you how to live the cleanest life possible.
Oh, so is that like? I might be getting my guys wrong. Is that like the little guy that talks about money all the time and is like,
No, you mean I don't know who you're
Isn't
talking
he like
about.
a
Actually,
motivational guy? He's got like a pretty. He's like
he's like really aggressive, but then he'll have clips of being like, "You're beautiful and I love you."
yeah.
Yeah, Gary V. No, that dude's just and
Gary
I'm not
Vee.
saying this to be nasty. That dude's he's just a grifter. He's
Okay.
one of those guys who's like, I'm going to tell you how to live your best life, make a bunch of money. And you watch his stuff and you're just like, it's all just, he's basically a social media age Tony Robinson. Cause like Tony Robinson, I've seen his clips. Some
I
of his
think it's
clips
Tony
actually,
Robbins. The guy with
Robbins
banana hands.
with the giant head and the low
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
I actually fuck with that dude. I've seen a bunch of his clips and they go pretty hard. The Gary V guy, you just watch his clips and you're like, there's no substance here. He's just saying things in a way that sound motivational, and then you go do it and you're like, oh, you're just saying things.
He's a motivational dickhead. Like he's
Yeah,
not,
and then
not speaker. He's not speaking to you. He's like being a dickhead to you.
yeah. No, I'm just double checking. Wait, what's up first with NPR? Oh,
that
it's
There
wait.
again.
No, because the other, it's Mel, and then Up First with NPR was nominated. Dude, it's literally a fucking daily 15-minute pod where they give you like a quick little interesting story. Yeah, that one over
Win a
Rogan.
Golden Globe for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? A bunch of podcasts that aren't even podcasts. That's a YouTube short show. You know what I mean? Like you have
It's so
a
fun.
Reels channel.
It's so funny, dude. Like you just associate. How long has this Mel Robinson one been out? That one's bugging me. Yeah,
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
That one's only been out since 2022. And like she gets a nod over Rogan, or even that
Dude,
fucking
even Mark Maron, bro. Like I know he's an op, but like
Mark
Maron,
he stopped doing it, but he deserves it more.
This cat is fucking scratching me.
I don't know. Yeah, that bugged the. I don't know, dude. Seeing like an actor win a podcast award drives me fucking nuts.
When you're getting nominated because of your stardom, not because of the content you're putting out. The content that Amy Poehler is putting out is no more than if she was on a fucking Tonight Show or something like that. It's fucking Soder's podcast is fun.
Soder rules.
I'll tell you what. One of the low underdogs in podcasting right now, I would say, is what's his name? Ryan
Long?
No, the comedian.
Ryan Long's a comedian.
Oh, sorry. No,
No, you're good.
He's on Your Mom's House a lot. Damn it! I just hold on. He does the Way Back. He does the Honeydew.
Ryan. What's it? Sickler.
Yeah. Ryan Stickler is like, he's a great comic. He is his podcast is incredibly interesting. He does like shit where he talks about essentially the like shitty stories from your childhood and stuff like that. And then also like another one where it's like kind of nicer stories from your childhood. It's like, it's nice. You know what I mean? And it's also something different. You learn about, that's the best thing about the podcast was like, it was supposed to be talking to interesting people, like long form, getting lots of information, getting to actually know them, breaking down the walls or whatever. That's why I feel like Hot Ones got so famous, was because in a short amount of time they were able to get deeper and stuff like that, because they're like poisoning them with hot sauce.
Yeah, I know a lot of people shit on Hot Ones, but I gotta tell you, it's like structurally one of the best like ideas.
It's perfect.
Because it's like they hook you in on the stupid thing, like, ooh, Idris Elba, can he eat a spicy wing? And you think he would, but no, he's an English black guy, so no.
Boy, mate, this is bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Corky. No, I know that's Australian. No, but then you watch it and you're like, oh, what's his face actually asked some like really fucking good questions.
Yeah.
And like, they got a clip. I remember Breaking Points, the one, actually, by the way, Breaking Points if they're gonna nominate a news show, Breaking Point should get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a segment where they played a clip from Hot Ones because Matt Damon had a really insightful perspective on the film industry. And they were sort of talking about why the film industry is where it is and this and that. And I go like, yeah, the news got a clip from Hot Ones to talk about the world.
Yeah.
I got to say also, I don't listen to it regularly, but Are You Garbage has to be one of the best podcasts
It's
ever.
great. There's certain ones that actually Dom and I watch on TV together. like
Yeah.
shows. Like Are You Garbage is one, like when I know like recently they had Ryan Sickler on or something like that. It was something where like again, Dom said that Ryan Sickler is her favorite comedian / podcaster besides me, which means he's her favorite. And then but it's like right under that, like those guys, maybe not necessarily the top tier. Like I don't know a lot of their stand up necessarily, but their podcast is like top tier, and it's it's like a perfect format. It is. Those guys are extremely genuine. Like I identify with those guys a lot of the times, mainly Foley, obviously, but
Yeah.
but there's plenty of times like there's podcasts that like I'm like the production is just nice enough to where like it's good. I have the option to either just watch it on TV or listen to it, but either way, like usually it's better for the reactions and shit like that. You know what I mean? And those are the podcasts that are not just, I don't know. It doesn't feel like entertainment. It just feels like it feels like them having a funny conversation to get to know somebody.
Well, they do a really cool thing where, you know what?
It seems like crowd work.
They actually, that's so funny. They actually do. Oh yeah, Rochefer on AYG was real. I listened to like 30 minutes of that. That one was because that dude. That's why I like listening to it. I check out AYG if there's a person I like that I don't know enough about, and I'm a big fan of Rochefer from $1 Million Extreme and all that shit. He's a really interesting guy, and like you get to listen to the podcast. And by the way, AYG is proof that you don't have to be a slimy cunt like that bitch Barbara Walters. Was it Barbara Walters? Was she the news interviewer lady that was just a slimy cunt? Anyway,
No, I don't think she was that bad.
I gotta look it up. Hulu made a documentary about one of these ladies who did all these interviews, and they were trying to be like, she asked the hard hitting questions, and they would just show you interviews of her, and you're like, no, she's just being a bitch.
Is she the one that talks like a baby?
Walter. After I make this statement, I'll look it up and let you know. But no, like AYG shows that you can get a very deep, detailed interview, and you don't have to be a got you fucking piece of shit to do it.
Yeah. There's like, I feel like there's the fact that both of us were fans of podcasts before we started doing podcasts. The fact that like
I was right, by the way, Barbara Walters.
Nice.
Huge stupid bitch. If you watch,
I guess I didn't know that that maybe that's not her reputation, but I didn't know that people thought that way about her necessarily.
Yeah, no. Well, that's part of the psyop on Barbara Walters is that she's actually like really because she works for all the quote unquote like respected institutions, and what?
I met Barbara Walters when I worked at ABC. Burn in hell, you cunt. Jesus Christ.
That's so funny. Nah, I didn't have any personal beef with Barbara Walters. I just watched the documentary and they start talking about her interviewing techniques and how she was like innovative and da-da-da. And I just go like, she just comes off like an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like one of those things. She was a take no guff kind of lady. And you're like, you mean she was a dickhead to people? And it's like when women act like men, like they think they call it empowered, but when men act like men, they call them pieces of shit.
Well, that's the whole.
Like, all right, well, fuck me then.
That's the whole flaw of the girl boss thing. Is they're like, you have to be a girl boss. And you're like, what's a girl boss? You're like, all right, the shittiest man you've ever met. You gotta be that guy. And you're like, well, that goes against everything that's beautiful about women. You're like, no, it's the peak of feminism, actually.
That doesn't feel like equality. That just feels like a coup.
You're like, oh, okay. So, okay.
Barbara Walters walked in and go, "I'm actually your boss now," and they go, "What? What? Go, boss."
I just grew up being a suck it. I'm gonna sexually assault you now.
Yeah, I didn't know that she had that much of a reputation. I mean, but most of the press, they're probably scum anyway.
Yeah.
But no, like the podcast, like the stuff, like I would listen in my truck when I was like driving and shit like that, and it was like, this is like radio, but it's like it's like what's it called, a la carte or whatever, like where you can like pick or whatever, you know what I mean? What?
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry for my crass language. I don't want to be nasty.
That's
It's
nice.
all good, dude. Sometimes you get nasty. Sometimes you
Hey.
get nasty.
It happens.
I appreciate
no.
the sentiment though.
But I feel like I feel like the kind of like beginning or like the start of it was like, it's whatever you kind of want it to be, but it's always at least an hour. Usually, it should be at least an hour, and
Yeah.
it should be a conversation or some kind of like it. Once it gets to such crazy gimmicks and shit like that, I'm like, I guess it's cool, but it's also like, you just need a slight gimmick. Again, like, Are You Garbage? Those guys are genuinely white trash dudes, and they built a game where the questions are about that. Like, it's just a loose little gimmick like that, and then boom, there you go.
You just made me realize why Philly dudes are such a unique breed. Cause yeah, they're white trash, but it's city white trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're like that. Okay.
Yeah, they're not rural white trash. They're like city white trash.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not like, it's just a different classification. It's all trash, but it's one of those things of like, instead of being like, because I technically, I didn't grow up in any kind of big city or anything like that, but it was like not great. I was
Yeah,
still
yeah.
just as much white trash kind of thing. So once you see it in other places, you're like, wow, that's crazy. You can have a screen door in a fucking in a in a city like this. That's crazy.
You can have a screen door in a city like this. That's such a
That's nuts. Why would you do that?
God, that's a great fucking sentence, Pat. You can have a screen door in a city like this. Look at that. Look at us.
You can do anything. Right?
You know what I realized recently is like, and I want to be a part of, that lineage of podcasting, is like, I realize this because I'm a big fan of, I listen to Lemon Party a lot. That's Ben Avery, Devin Costa, and Chase Avery. Very funny. They're all dudes that used to do comedy, and they're like, we still want to be funny publicly, but we hate the stand-up shit. And I go, I relate to that. And and then
hey, man, what's that like?
oh God, oh, what an interesting perspective.
I'm
I'm
listen to see what this experience is like, 'cause I have no idea.
I'm gonna listen to see what that's all about. And then no, I was then I started to look at the other podcast I've enjoyed the most, and I go like, oh yeah, it's kind of similar to why like Cumtown popped off, which I listened to Cumtown a bunch of times, but eventually I stopped listening because it really, for me, I'm not trying to
Stanley. Hold on, sorry, I'm sorry. Do you see
no,
that?
you're good.
Hold on. Let me see if I can zoom in. He's up on the fridge.
Oh, in the back. I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna turn the camera.
No, sorry, he was up on the fridge.
Yeah, dude,
Damn
that's
it.
so funny. Diesel hasn't done that in a fucking minute. Does Stanley do that regularly
I don't know. I heard him whining and complaining, and I didn't know he was up there.
on the fridge?
Yeah, he's not.
I'm gonna have to
stuck
roll the. I'm gonna have to roll the tape back. That's hilarious. Oh, but I was saying is like, I remember I stopped listening to Cumtown because it felt like it was a lot of like, yo, this shit that sucks ass. We're gonna talk about how it sucks ass for an hour, and you're like, I'm good, dude. But no, I still enjoy all that shit, and I realized, I was a big fan of like the Legion of Skanks setup where it's like 3 dudes and we're kind of doing a production and shit like that. But at the end of the day, what I realized is like my favorite shit is I go, there he is, dude. Oh, dude, he's fucking traveling. Oh yeah. What are you doing, buddy?
I see you, boy. What are you doing up there, boy?
Hey, get down from there.
What are you doing up there, boy?
What are you doing up there? Knock it off.
You
Get down.
get
Knock
down
it off. The long-winded thing I'm trying to get to is I realized I'm a big fan of retarded dudes pontificating, and I go like, that's what I realized that's what I was missing with this, with what we're doing is like, because we were trying to be a guys who know things pod, and I know things, but I can't be a guy who knows things pod. I realized I can't do that.
Yeah.
And so, like,
That's not us.
it's not us. It's not us. We know things, but we don't know things. We know things, but we don't know a lot of things. And I realized our perfect form is retards pontificating. I think that's like the best form of podcasting, because it's like, I don't like, that's what I miss. Like, it's this fucking thing now where everyone's just always like, what a bad take. You're wrong about that. You're like, who gives a shit, man? It's about just fucking thinking about shit and being like, why the fuck is shit the way it is, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just a thing where like you can have because that's the thing. I think the loose format is kind of where the podcast lives. And the loose format doesn't have to be crazy rigid. It can be, you can build on it, you can lessen it, you can have more or less, whatever, 1 shot, 2 shot, whatever, all that shit, stream live, all that. There's definitely different options and shit, but like the general theme should be, you can have experts as guests, but if the listeners start thinking you're an expert on anything, then you need to like pump the brakes a little and just be like, I got opinions on everything.
Yeah.
For most things.
Well, if you get an expert on the pod, everyone else on the pod should be going, what?
Yeah, exactly. The dynamic should be, we're all here to learn. We're here to represent, like, we are the chat. Do you know what I mean? Like we're like, you guys, like, you're the bros. Like when people
Dude, that's why I would always take fucking comments the wrong way, because I'd be like, you don't even know I'm you. I've been you.
Yeah, trust me. I've shared my opinion. I was actually. Did I ever tell you I got a bone to pick on a Bone to Pick podcast? We probably can't play that, right?
I wait. You got to fill me in. Pause. I don't know what you're saying.
Sorry. Another podcast that I do listen to on occasion, not so much lately. I've kind of fallen off a little, but there's a podcast called A Bone to Pick Podcast with Robert Kelly and Paul Verzi.
Paul Verzi, yeah.
But I got actually just.
I forgot how entertaining Paul Verzi is, because he's such a New York guy.
Yeah.
Where he's so passionate, and then after a little bit of like pushback, he's like, man, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think I don't know if I can send it to you, but I did a screen recording of it. I don't know. I'm sure we could play it, but like, I don't know if they have
we can
copyright
play
shit. But I was a fan of the podcast, and I thought essentially it's kind of like the bits. They're like mini little rants where you go like ketchup packets, and you're like, the thing that I hate about ketchup packets, blah 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 blah. Bone to pick with ketchup. Mine, I sent in mine, and then I was just listening. Dude, it was the coolest thing. They didn't, they don't.
Wait, I'm sorry. Where'd you send this to me?
Instagram? Oh wait, I just texted it to you. That's probably stupid. I should email it.
No. Text it to me.
Yeah, it's just a screen recording.
Can it upload to Instagram?
Yeah, let me see.
Oh wait, if it's on your phone, yeah, just email it to me.
Okay. But yeah, I was a fan of the podcast, and then I'm listening one day, and and then all of a sudden they just go, "Oh, this one's from Pat," and I'm like, "Oh shit, is that me?" And then they start playing it, and I could hear, and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's me." But it was essentially how I kind of like took it was, I was like, well, it's kind of like you kind of come up with a bit about something that pisses you off, and it's like a minute or two video, and send it in, see if like some comics that you really like think it's funny. And then it got on the show, and I was really excited. Hold on. God damn it. There it is.
Mm,
Too many pictures of family.
yo, dude, Dom posted. She did a big. I guess that in the new year, everyone posts like 20 pictures, a 20 picture post, whatever the fuck it's called, dude. And she reposted a picture of like your nephew or something when he was like a toddler. It's that one where he's like looking out the window. It's one of the greatest pictures I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's nuts, right?
Because I remember when she posted it originally, I go, "That's one of the most beautiful pictures I've ever seen." Then she reposted it the other day, and I go, "Like, oh, I forgot about it." I was like, "There are good things in this world." The thing about podcasting is everyone who listens is kind of that kid next to the ice cream poster. They just want to be buddies with the people doing the pod. Yeah, that's fair because that's kind of like that's half the reason I got into comedy.
But I kind of that's kind of what I like about like doing crowd work and any of that stuff. Also, I like the interaction. I like having irregulars or like a people that are like that know you. Like that's you. Like,
yeah,
literally, it's one of those things of like you say like your audience or whatever. Like I don't like fans or anything. I like just like the bros, like the chat, the whatever. I like to keep it that because it's like it doesn't feel like a following. It feels like a thing where you're like I don't know. I not to sound like the Olive Garden, but it's like one of those things of they're like my friends and family. You know?
yeah.
Did it work?
Well, yeah, my computer's just taking a second.
Okay.
No, I agree. I agree with you too. Where there is a thing of like, the whole term like fans and stuff is weird because then it turns me. It feels like it turns me into a product,
Yeah.
and I don't like. That's what I was saying before. Is like, or I don't know if I talked to you about this, but one of the big things I don't like about comedy is I started realizing it where I'm like, because I started to get to a level where, like remember when that dude, it'd be every episode, some dude would make 20 comments about how I suck ass, and it starts to hit you.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
sorry.
crazy.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the fact that like even if it was happening to me, I would have that thing of like, what is going on? Why are you doing this?
Well, it's so fascinating. It's so
doesn't make any
fascinating.
sense.
It's so fascinating too, because it'll be like someone will obsess about me, and then when they're done, they'll be like, "Yeah, Andy, that fucking loser," and you're like, "Buddy, buddy,
Yeah, let me get a mirror.
I gotta
real
go.
quick.
I gotta go park cars because I'm not making any money at this."
Yeah. Well aware, but also I didn't spend 20 minutes writing all of these things.
Yeah, it's like
I'm looking at the
very
timestamps, brother.
it's very fascinating. But
Yeah.
fuck, I forgot what were we just talking about? I got sidetracked.
About podcast.
Oh yeah. That's like so when dudes make comments like that, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they'll be like they'll be like I started noticing it too when because we got a big influx of like Matt and Shane fans, so they know the pod in the context of like Gardini, Lemaire, and Nate, Gardini, Lemaire, and Nate, and then they see me and they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then there's people being like, "Oh yeah, they never invite Andy out and this and that," and like they don't know that I'm like, yeah, I like doing that stuff sometimes, but I'm not a fan of drinking 20 shots of whiskey and being out till 4 a.m. every night. Like
Literally, they don't know you.
they don't know that context, and then you start to realize you're like, oh, I'm becoming a character to them in their head, and like now that turns you into this like product and all. Wait, sorry, fuck. Okay, here we go. Sorry, the video opened and it was the volume was at 1,000%.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, no, and like so you start to realize you're like a character and a product to them, and like that was the thing about like all this comedy shit that I go like that part fucking stinks. So the more we can create this vibe of like we're retards talking, if you want to hang out with us, that's cool, and just make it way less of like, oh, I'm the character Andy and this is the character Pat. That sucks ass to me.
Yeah. That's why because it's like one of those things you can't pretend like you don't read the comments because you do. It's like I'm trying to see what people are saying about the show.
Yeah, that's
You
that's
know
what
I
I
mean? It's not
give.
just good or bad. It's like it's one of those things of like feedback is also cool in the comments sometimes. Sometimes when they're like, "Hey, the audio is blah blah blah," or "Hey, blah, 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 blah," whatever, you
Oh,
know.
dude, literally, yeah, that's like the
Yeah,
best example. Literally, I've been talking for like a minute straight, and then like when I start the streams, I'll go for like 2 minutes, and then I look down, and they're like, "No audio, Andy," and I go, "Oh, that's when I like the comments."
thank you.
Thank you. But no, it actually that was a funny thing going back to the regs. That was a thing that Lewis said that I always like that about Lewis is he's always a guy who's gonna like say some shit where like he was saying he's like, I was reading the comments. Comedians act like they don't read the comments. We all read the comments. And it's like Lewis will keep it a buck like that on shit. And that's what I always respected about him on that. And it's like, yeah, everyone reads the fucking comments. It's
Yeah.
like my whole thing though is like people will be in the comments and be like, I know you're reading this. And it's like, yeah, because I'm a human and I have feelings. Like, are we like, we're just like, people will just be like, oh, look at that. You had a regular human reaction to something I did. And you're like,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm human.
What are we doing, man?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's pull this up.
But we're fans too, so obviously this was like, hey, I'm gonna see if I can get like a little
That's why I
a
get
little
it,
riff on
man.
there.
I get it, man. I'm a fan. I get it. Okay.
Also, I think their analysis afterwards. I hear an echo. Is it okay?
Oh, is there an echo?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I sound good.
I forget how to do these when it's just like a. I forget how to do these so it doesn't suck ass. So I'm gonna pull this up. Let's not talk,
Yeah, I was
and then
gonna
I'll
say-
play it, and then I'll take it away.
I was just gonna say, just a preface, like their analysis after the little joke is pretty spot on. I feel like.
Okay, nice.
Dom was actually pretty. She laughed at their analysis of me.
Okay, I'm gonna play this. If the audio is retarded, guys, let us know.
Yeah, I won't talk either.
Coming in with another video bone. Here we go.
Wait a minute, stop, really quick, stop, Pat. Pat looks like he's got a lot of bones.
I mean, Pat's got the sunglasses on, and he's staring out, and he's got the bicycle handle mustache. Pat's not happy.
Pat's not happy. Pat's got a good bone. I feel
You
it.
can look at his face, and he's just angry.
Oh, he's angry. Here we go, Pat.
I got a bone to pick with people that tell you when
He's got a mullet.
the chills or the goosebumps.
What?
I don't need to know what your skin's doing 100% of the time, but I especially don't want to know when it's bumpy. Yeah, that's really, I think, a disgusting time. If that's like saying like, oh, I've got a rash. I don't need to know that. That's okay. That's TMI, if I may use the term correctly. But yeah, anytime somebody just out of nowhere just goes, I just got chills. Don't like it.
God damn.
I mean, that's
how
funny.
you.
I knew that was funny from when he goes, all right, here's my bone. I love the hair. But you know what it's saying? You know what it's really saying? He's really saying that he doesn't want to know when you're emotional.
Yeah.
When he said goosebumps, when he said, I got the chills, he doesn't want to know another man's,
Yeah, but it's just it's here's the thing too. It's a very unique bone.
Dude, that's so funny. Dude, like the immediacy of like breaking you down, and you're like, "Oh, this guy's got a huge bone to pick." Solid bone, yeah, dude, solid bone.
Yeah, thank you. It was one of those things where I was like, I thought of it. I was actually picking up lunch at work, and it was in the truck, and I was just like one of those things of like, yeah, goosebumps. Like, that's fucking gross. It's like one of those things of like, don't tell me what the fuck your skin's doing, you creep.
Dude, you're just reminding me. By the way, you're reminding me. I miss just being a fucking podcast fan. I gotta be honest, like, cause I had the same thing. Fucking dude, I'll no, I'll admit some like embarrassing. I don't know if it's embarrassing.
I'm
No,
in the
but
chat
like,
too. Is what I'm saying. I'm in the chat too. That's what I'm
No.
saying. That's a fan bone. That was a
no,
fan
dude,
bone.
legit. I did the same thing when Lewis. Cause like I feel like we've talked about this before. Like I started out being a huge fan, still a fan. Lewis is the man. But I started out
Dunbar. Sorry, I'm sorry. If I had to say
Oh,
anything,
if I said anything, well, I mean, for that body, he's got to have some. Pat clearly has strong bones.
yeah,
Uh,
big bones for sure.
big bone holding that shit up. Nah, man, like I got into like I was a big fan of. I did the I did the tough crowd. I did the tough crowd ONA YKWd pipeline.
Yeah,
And then fucking Lewis and Dave came on. You might not know this, Pat, but the fans will know this. They told the 3 Days Grace story on Shiprock, and I was like, these guys are interesting. And then I became a huge fan of those dudes. I thought they were fucking hilarious. And then I literally, Lewis used to have an MMA show called Hammer Fisting, and I remember I had the same thing where I commented because I wasn't a fan of MMA. I was just a fan of Lewis's, and I commented something about like Godzilla or something. I remember hearing Lewis bring it up, and I start to feel embarrassed because I was like, "Oh, it was just a fucking gas. It wasn't like a real question. They're gonna think that." And then Lewis is like, "No, doesn't make sense, but I will answer it." And I remember being like, "Oh, cool."
I like that. He's up for fucking anything.
No, and that was the cool part before Dave Smith blew up and he's like fucking debating Chris Cuomo and shit like that. Because he used to do Part of the Problem where like only a couple hundred or a couple thousand people would listen. And then you would comment on their SoundCloud page and he would spend half the pod responding to comments. So it's like, yeah, dude. I guess we're making the point of like we're fucking fans. Like we get it. It's like I remember having that feeling of like, oh fuck, they read my question. Yeah.
I think no, go ahead.
Oh no, I don't know what the overall point is, but I think it's sometimes where, and also too, we're probably when it comes to known people, we're lower on the totem pole, so people don't know our fucking thing. But it is always just a funny thing when you get such psychotic comments and we're like, you're sitting there going like, I'm one of you. I'm not the enemy. What are you doing, man?
Derek, don't worry about it. Shane, I'm pretty sure makes fun of me literally if I ever come up on the podcast, every time I come up on the podcast. Don't worry about it. It's a term of endearment. If somebody gets made fun of, hey, we will only roast the ones we love. If you notice that, actually, that is, holy shit, I think I just got that.
What?
I think I just understood that fully because literally earlier, me and you were talking a little bit in code about people.
What?
Allegedly. But you can, we also openly talk shit about, not openly talk shit, but commented on Lemaire's practices and happenings online and in person.
Yeah, because he's our fucking dog, and if anyone,
he's our friend, he's the one that we love him.
Because if anyone said that shit to his face for real, I'd fuck him up. You know what I mean? Like,
so like it's if somebody's got their name, Will Smith got it wrong. If somebody's got their name in your mouth, that means they love you. But I guess then it's your wife's. Then he thought Jada was sleeping with Chris.
I think that one was just him being retarded.
No,
he was like,
he's going crazy, dude. He's doing a lot now. He's doing like reality shows.
Yeah, his whole thing bummed me out because it's a mixture of like.
Is Amy Poehler going to give you that segue? By the way, is Amy Poehler ever on her podcast? Is she going to go from talking about roasting whatever all that stuff to Will Smith to what the fuck is Will Smith up to now?
Well, I do want to talk about Will Smith. You know what Amy Poehler's not going to give you? Pee break.
And she gotta pee. Yeah, I where's my fucking Golden Globe? I set this up. I didn't pay anybody to do this, obviously. I just think it's funny that like whenever people say never had one, but I want one. Yeah, Will Smith is cosplaying as Black Bear Grylls. Yeah, I think that's a great point. Yeah, Triple G's got it. I feel like they have. He's doing this weird like adventure show with like a cameraman and like a backpack, and I'm just traveling to these different places in the world, and I just want to find out. And it's like, I don't like. I'm tired of being mean to Will Smith. I really like Will Smith. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really hated him slapping Chris Rock. I don't like that he's like weird about like I don't think he's a Scientologist. I think that I just kind of want him to be. I don't believe him anymore. I think that's the issue. I've become jaded with, not Jaden. I've become jaded. Nope, jaded. Wait, there's too many J names in there in the group. I'm jaded with Will Smith because I feel like it's not that like I thought he would. I just always thought he was a cool dude my whole life, and like I kind of found out like I don't know if that he's not a cool dude or if he's just like a fake ass dude. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh shit. St. Ivan got first. Nice. But I just don't understand that he is shifting into this world of like keep me relevant. You know, like he's like I thought he was cool and like he has this whole kind of legacy and all this shit like but then I'm like why not just yeah, he's a celebrity. He can do whatever he wants. Just let him do if maybe he just wants to do that. But it doesn't feel like he wants to do that. He feels like the actor's Garth Brooks or something like that. Like he's like he did his Chris Gaines thing. He did his villain thing where he went up and slapped Chris Rock. And everybody was like, what the fuck? And that's like, so I'm going to catch up real quick. Will Smith is Garth Brooks. He
murders?
He did his Chris Gaines thing, and that's what I'm saying. What else is he hiding?
Chris Gaines?
Because
What's that?
Chris Gaines was when he did the emo album. Remember, he hosted SNL, and then the musical guest was Chris Gaines, and Chris Gaines was just him in a black wig. You don't know who Chris Gaines is, dude? Oh my God! I thought you would love Chris Gaines.
No. Oh, it's Garth Brooks but emo?
It's Garth. It's Garth Brooks.
Is it like a bit?
Good. No. It's not a bit. This was apparently supposed to be like a whole thing. Like Chris Gaines had like a story and all this thing, like all this, like they were gonna do like a movie.
Oh, bro did alter ego shit. No
Yeah.
fucking way.
Yeah. He was gonna do all that shit. That's crazy. I hadn't know. Like I don't know why. I just thought that was like common knowledge thing. You know, like the Shazam thing. Like Shaq was in. Everybody thinks Shaq was in Kazam or something. Wasn't that the?
Well, he was the Genie movie.
In the Genie movie.
Yeah,
right? But yeah, like all that stuff. Like I thought
that was real. What do you mean?
I just thought like that was common knowledge. Like just like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, so Will Smith did his little villain era, and he went up and slapped Chris Rock. And everybody was like, what the fuck? Just like Chris Gaines, where they're like, what the fuck is this? This sucks.
Oh, yeah. Well, dude, the Will Smith thing was like interesting because when you look at what kind of stuff he was doing before and stuff and like stuff he's done after, a lot of the Will Smith stuff is like it's getting to a point where like, because it would be a thing where like every 6 months, a clip would come out where Jada Pinkett Smith would be talking to Will and they'd be like, you know, I've never loved you and I still think about Tupac. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be like, why are you guys doing it? Why are you letting her cuck you publicly? Like, this is odd. But it would like happen occasionally. And then it just like things started compounding on itself mixed with like I think the straw that broke the camel's back of noticing for me was when Will Smith started to go hardcore into like TikToks. And it's like, this man doesn't think we see it. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to do shit to distract you and do all this stuff. And it's this weird thing where it's like, he just doesn't. Later, Derek, have a good day. He thinks he's doing a decent job distracting us.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't be doing a worse job. And I think the slap culminated like that's like, you know, the way like when you have a secret and you like because you're holding something in because you did something bad, you lash out at people from time to time. The slap was him lashing out. It was him being like, oh, I get to relax for a minute. Oh, wait, my bald wife is mad about that thing that's obviously a joke. And he's already living you know, not on some like I'm secretly gay, but maybe, who knows. Bert Kreischer said he was. Bert Kreischer doesn't lie. And but it's like, but not even on some like, oh, I'm secretly gay shit. But it's like if you're just living a lie or you have like a disguise that you're trying to put on, it's gonna show itself in weird fucking ways, and you're gonna slap Chris Rock over an obvious joke.
Yeah, I think with him, like, what I was saying before you got here was like I'm I'm jaded on Will Smith, not Jaden, not Jada. I'm jaded with him because like I used to think he was so cool, and then seeing him do that was like, if that was a genuine snap, like if he genuinely was like, that's it, and got up and slapped him, not cool. If he planned that, not cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it was planned on even both, like even Chris Rock planned it or something like that. I was like, in any way I look at this is like he's not cool. And then his just constant push to stay, like he's doing a new like reality show. I think Triple G said he's the Black Bear Grylls now. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Doing a reality show?
Dude, he's doing like that shit. He's doing like almost like Discovery Channel shows. I think it might be on Discovery Channel. I don't know for sure.
Dude, that's why it's like
It's
you
like,
can't.
bro, what are you doing? You have enough money. Just stop, please.
Dude, it's why I realized I was saying, I forget if I said it on here. I think I said it on here today, but I forget if I initially said it on here to just you in private, where it was like I started to realize, I go, I love comedy and podcasting, but like being a comedian and being a podcaster is exhausting. And it's got to be the same thing with like Will Smith, where it's like if he's just focused on surely Bert would never lie. No, if like he is probably still locked into I'm the number one star, and he sorry, I love the comments. He's probably still locked into like it, because it had to have felt good, dude. He was on like a generational run, but like you gotta, that ends, man.
Yeah.
It's like when we watched Margot Robbie being the most annoying cunt ever. What was that movie?
Oh, what?
Babylon.
Babylon. Yeah, yeah.
It was like Brad Pitt's character in Babylon, where it's like, yeah, you only get to be the man for so long. You know, there's these rare times where someone's the man forever, but even the guy who's the man, he stops being the it guy. You know what I mean? And it's like, Will, you gotta know it's done, man. I don't like, dude, hearing Will Smith doing reality shows bums me out.
Yeah, it's just interesting to be like, why I think somebody said it's pole to pole with Will Smith. He's going from the North Pole to the South Pole, sailing from the North Pole to the South Pole. And it's like, all right, man. Like, unless I'm going to predict something. This is how they blue beam us, is it's a win-win for Will Smith. It's a redemption story. Here we go. I'm writing this blue beam. I'm a writer for Blue Beam. We talked about Blue Beam, right? You're familiar?
Yeah.
Everybody in chat, I'm assuming, knows what Blue Beam is. But it's a government operation meant to use they use holographics, other things to make us believe we're seeing something we're not. And then, boom, here we go. You ready? Will Smith starts pole surfing. whatever the fuck he's doing. And
Pole to pole.
He's sailing. And in, this long stretch of ocean, he discovers aliens. And they attack Will Smith's boat. And then
I would watch that.
Now the world is like, sure, we didn't like him, but we don't want him dead. And
then
how ironic that this guy gets killed by the aliens, and also like now we believe aliens are here. How are we going to be safe? Oh, the government keep us safe. All those people that were underqualified to keep us safe earlier are now our only protection.
And right before they kill him, he looks at him and he goes, "Welcome to Earth, bitch."
Welcome to Earth. And we go, he did the thing right before he died.
He did the line. He said the line. I remember it.
Statues of Will Smith, monuments to Will Smith. He is our new savior, our new Messiah. He's the beacon for change.
Well, here's
that's where we go. That's the blue beam I just wrote.
Yeah. All right, but here's the real question.
Can Amy Poehler do that?
Can Amy Poehler do that on a fucking podcast? Andy, do you prefer King Malafa N-word or Malafar N-word?
Like, do you want the hard R?
Oh, the R. Well, I'd like the hard R at the end. I think Malafar is cooler. It's like King of the Far Lands. Got to get it right before I
Rs.
yell it wrong when you can. Wait, can you guys start doing that?
Add the R at the end. So like keep that R there, and
If
then
you-
put the R, another R at the end, and yell that.
No, to all my black fans and
Friends.
some Puerto Rican.
Yeah, some Puerto Ricans that somehow get away with it too.
Yeah, you guys too. When I walk on stage, I want you to, Nate tells me when he's opening for Matt or Shane, someone will be like, panties,
Yeah.
oh, zesty. When I walk on stage, black fans and some Puerto Ricans, because it just feels right, I want to hear you shout the N-word. Just scream it at me. Just
To where,
scream.
to where like not security's like getting out of their chair, but they're like starting to get up. They're like,
The fuck?
okay.
Yeah, I want everyone not in the know to go, the fuck
What
just
the
happened?
fuck? Yeah. I want somebody to spill their drink a little bit.
See,
Also, whatever that word is, like, can we say that one? That the Lost in the Sauce says. That's probably we can't say that.
I don't know. I
right?
got to look that one up real
Look that
quick.
one up real quick.
But
'Cause that looks like it's going to be fun to say. I don't want to
So-
say that if that's not going to be. That looks fun, and that's deceiving.
So to me, Malafa N flows better than Malafar N.
Can we have this on the screen on YouTube or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
We didn't type it. We didn't
just
type
like-
this.
I just texted the link to Nate.
Oh,
This is Nate's favorite segment.
okay, cool.
So to me, Malafa N flows better, but St. Ivan is a black man. And far be it from me, a white man.
We're not going to tell you which one.
Far be it to me to publicly say the N-word. Private. That's my right.
In
Whatever works for you, brother. Whatever works for you. Wait,
Yeah.
is this what Sauce? Wait, what did he say? Will originally wanted to call it tip to tip. Oh, that was Will Smith. Someone called it Will Smith pulled a hole. Love it.
Yep.
It is funny he's naming, like, the name of it is gonna make people go like, wait, is he stripping? What's the show about? Lost in the Sauce says you can say it. All right, that's all I need to hear.
No.
I'm gonna yell it in an old timey voice. It's the King Malafar. All right, that makes sense.
Old timey. That's different depending on what race you are. For us, it would be like this. Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm not gonna say it, but you can imagine it.
Let's
That's the other
do
word. I want to know if I can say it.
what other word?
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The W word. I want to see if I can say it. It looks like fun.
Oh, this one?
Yeah,
Oh, I think that one's like fun.
it looks like fun.
It says it's
Spanish slang.
a slang expression used primarily in Latin American culture, especially within the Puerto Rican community. It's an exclamation of excitement, joy, or celebration, similar to saying "yay" or "awesome" in English. People often use "wepa." Yeah, I think it's fair play, dude.
Wepa.
Wepa.
It is fun. Thank you. Okay, sorry. We just want to make sure. It's not that I don't trust you, Lost in the Sauce. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure that, you know.
Oh,
I
Malafawap.
don't
That's
wanna
our fucking word now. Just freak the fuck out.
Wet old pussy.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah. Let's. So we're gonna. It feels like we should wrap this up. I did want to. I've had this saved in my Twitter bookmarks along with all the hardcore pornography. But I thought this was a fun one since we're both film buffs and we were talking about. Pat's like, oh, fair game, play ball.
Yes. Yeah, this is my fun. This is my fun.
But-
fun. This is so fun.
You saw this?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what it is, but I think.
Well,
I don't know. There's like a whole there's like a montage of this fella.
Leo is on. Oh, there's like a whole long clip of him doing fancy stuff.
There's like this fella. They go. I think the title. I don't know if I saved it or not, but like the title of the thing was "This guy can't help but be the meme." Like there's like this lady walks by and he goes like this. He goes Like he does that, and he goes, and then he goes into like this shit. Like it's like it was like right before, like he was like.
So there, yeah,
I'll see if I can
basically
find it real quick. Oh, Gianna Michaels posted 1 second.
the goal. What?
Gianna Michaels.
Oh, nice.
Oh, she had Siri. Oh. God, I miss you. I wish I was there.
So I guess there's been allegations that Leo is
A great
a
guy.
little light, a great guy, a lovely man, a little light in the loafers. And here's Exhibit A. Right. So now he's just a fun guy there. He's just a fun guy there. That is a little bit. That's where it starts to get suspicious. But he's also a thespian, dude. Pat, are you watching hardcore pornography?
No, I'm sending you a version of this that a lip reader or a deaf girl translates what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Wepa. Oh yeah, the finger point is a lot. Now, here's my thing about Leo.
He could be code switching. He could be talking to a gay guy.
He could be. Now, and it kind of goes into what I'm kind of thinking about, where Leo, he hasn't had a history of like he's never had gay allegations like Travolta or Tom Cruise.
Dude crushes puss famously, and then
Famously
tosses them
crushes
right
puss.
as soon as they're 26.
But
25.
he's also never had like the aggressive manly man persona either. He's just kind of a dude who's really good at acting. So like, and like when you're that good at acting, you're a bit of a thespian, and you're not when you're in, because also too, like, let's be real. He's probably had a couple drinks. He probably has done a little bit of coke, so he's feeling a little frisky.
Allegedly, maybe.
Allegedly. He's probably feeling a little frisky. Here, wait. Okay. So let's pull this lady up.
Oh, yeah.
Here, wait a minute.
I was watching you with the K-pop thing. You were like, who is the K-pop? Are they? Oh, it is. We were laughing. You were like, who is that K-pop? Sure, okay, I'll sign. I will.
Like it's like one of those things of like, I don't know what he was saying, but he was obviously trying to get someone's attention, and it was just he's just having a ball. Like
yeah.
Leave him alone.
I think that's a guy who's like fucked up but not blacked out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like the fact that somebody came over, either he's being charged for something, which would be nuts. I don't know if they have to pay for this shit while they're there, but like, or somebody's asking him for an autograph, and he's just like,
dude, I didn't even think
whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'll sign. What is that? I'll sign that. He's probably worth tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Maybe not hundreds of millions, but he's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
If someone puts a check in the middle of his face at the Golden Globes, he's like, yeah, I'll sign that.
He's like, sure, whatever. It's like one of those things. The dude is like mentored by Jack Nicholson. If he's crushing anything, I'm pretty sure it's puss. But if he's crushing ass too, who gives a fuck? He's Leonardo DiCaprio. If he can, he's gonna. I'm more concerned about him talking about K-pop.
Well, he's probably
also, there was a lady that walks past him. I know that there's footage of him at this Golden Globes where a sexy lady walks past him and he goes, he gives like cartoon like wow, like he's like almost does he almost does the bite his thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
I feel like he's well, actually, I saw someone. I didn't realize this, but like Leo is actually like 10 of like some like out of all the like super commonly used memes, he's like 10 of them.
Yeah,
like him in like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, in The Great Gatsby where he's holding the thing of champagne,
glass.
Yeah. They use his face when he
the fist biting.
Dude, there's like 3 or 4 from fucking Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, he's a bit of a character.
Yeah,
I'll say.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio, and I do think like the movie what's the one that you love to, the Sean Penn and shit.
Oh, the one that just came out. And another one. God damn, those are a lot of battles. Oh, another battle. Fuck.
Yeah, so many battles.
A really, really large amount of battles.
One battle after another. There it is.
Jesus
I found
Christ,
it in my
another
face.
battle.
But it was but him and Benicio del Toro, like they're like that's just what they are, dude. That's charisma, bro. They're just living memes, those fellas.
Well, it's a type of guy that people forgot about, is like the thespian that's also not, because you know what it is? Metrosexuality really fucked things up, where it made dudes who were a little effeminate like get afraid to be, because they're like, metrosexual. Being metrosexual is like code word for beta bitch. You know what I mean? But there was a type of dude where you could be rugged but still do artsy fartsy bullshit and not be perceived as a complete pussy. And like, I think the like metrosexuality scared people away from that, and so you have people going to farther extremes, and that's how you get Andrew Tate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. And that guy's a meme himself.
Yeah.
Also, the Django meme. I forgot about I like the fat version of that one too. The Monsieur Candy meme, where he's smoking a cigarette and he's all fat and shit.
Oh, I've seen a bunch of versions of that. I can picture that one.
They do too. You know, obviously it's altered because Leo keeps it tight. But But I just think I don't know, man. Like it feels like classic Hollywood dudes. You know what I mean? Like old school Hollywood dudes that are just like, you know, let's have some scotch, go out on the yacht, and blah blah blah, and then like, oh, there's a picture coming in. Is it worth my while? Like, I think he's like he seems like, I don't know if he's ever gonna get to like Marlon Brando level of crazy and shit like that, but like
I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, same. But I think he's going to get to that point where like at least Jack Nicholson, like I can't wait to see him in a rom-com. You know what I mean?
Leo?
Yeah. Because
like being older.
He's been goofy in his movies, but like he's not doing it goofy. He's doing it committed to the character. He's like, my character's being goofy, but Leo hasn't really. There's not a lot of like him laughing at himself. He was on that really really cool podcast with the fucking Kelsey brothers for some reason. Him and Benicio del Toro were on a fucking podcast, and it was like, I was like, that's crazy. It's crazy that he's doing a podcast, but it's also like, it's crazy that he's doing the Kelsey Brothers podcast. This just feels like a move. You know what I mean? Like this doesn't feel like naturally like, hey, I'm a fan of the podcast, I wanted to be on here, or it just feels like,
oh, of course it isn't. But honestly, it long term, it's a good sign, because it's showing that the energy. Well, it's I hate to say it because I do love myself some Jason Kelsey. But like, you know, the fact that like it's a shame they're, you know, going to the Kelsey Bros and fucking Amy Poehler and shit like that. But also it is what?
Yeah, like it would be. It's like like they kind of default like, go give him to Rogan, throw him to Rogan. You know what I mean? Like Rogan.
Yeah,
Rogan
but it is a sign though of like the shitty institutions losing power, which I do enjoy that part of it.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah,
yeah.
A couple small beers. Small beers.
What?
Your favorite line from the movie? That's like, it's crazy how like that line from the movie became so iconic. A couple small beers.
Oh, a couple small beers.
And he's like, even him talking about like my care. He's like, I wanted to make sure I was keeping Sensei's, you know, honor intact. It was like, he wouldn't lie, but he might, you know, not exact. He might be, you know, like careful with his words or something like that. Or just like, some. Couple.
Well, it's also too. It's in line with like when you know, like what rap music. For the most part, they've kind of said all the things. You know, it's like pretty well established all the things you talk about in rap music and music in general. Like I'm not even trying to like represent rap unjustly, because it's like all music genres, we've pretty much established what you talk about in these songs and stuff like that. And it's like now we're at a place in music where it's like, now you just got to find the way more clever way of doing it, you know? And like, that's what that is. That's what that is. That's why like something so simple as a couple small beers is such a fucking amazing line. Cause you're like, it's just such a creative way to say some shit that we already know. That's why I was just watching No Country for Old Men, and that was really doing it for me because the dialogue in that is just like, it's so good. It doesn't come off as try hard. It doesn't come off as too much. It's like it's just constantly the right amount. Don't do that. Don't show us the kid's butthole. That'll be pornography. That's for OnlyFans.
Also,
all right, man.
I don't do what you say.
I don't do what you fucking asked me to do. All right, man. I think we
appreciate.
I do read it, and I feel it so intensely. All right, man. I think we did the damn thing.
Hell yeah, brother.